Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. So guys, we have been having a ton of fun on stream the last couple of nights. We've been leveling out some of the new champions, trying them in all sorts of content. Yesterday, it was the time for Jotun, the noodle. Has he become anything more than a big, wet noodle since the update? And the update was pretty significant for Jotun. So he was one of the epics that I was most interested in looking at. I mean, look, he looks absolutely immense, right? He's got this whopping great sword, fiery kind of like sunlit sword. Absolute beefcake, we know that. Love the skin. But he hit like an absolute wet noodle. We've spoken about that before. They've changed him. He's an HP-based champion. His skills now scale from HP. Big change, guys. Big change. So, what did we do to him? What did we set him up with? Where's he going to play? All that type of good stuff. Firstly, his base HP is actually kind of low for an HP champion. So I was already a little bit worried that we're going to struggle to get his damage up to a point where people were interested in this guy. And because his utility is not really great, he actually needs to do some damage. That's why he's been like lowest of the low epics in the past. So he's got a decreased defense on his A1. It's weak source decreased defense. I wish, and I still hope they do it, change this to a proper decreased defense, and all of a sudden he's got use in the game. At the moment, weak source decreased defense, we don't want it. But he's got the weak version of decreased defense A1, and it's a kind of bad chance to even place it, 40%. He's then got HP burn, which is 100% when booked, for 4 turns. That's great. I love that. 3 turn cooldown. It goes on for 4 turns. It's up 100% of the time. It's brilliant. He's then got this slam. He's got a attack one enemy, decrease target max HP by 30% of the damage he does. And the damage increases by 50% if they're on an HP burn. So this is a really cool move. He hits hard with this. We'll show that in a minute. This used to hit for like 50k or something, nothing much, but this is improved, so I like this now. Aura is a faction crit one, nothing really that you're going to use. So we have done masteries then. Let's just move me out of the way, people complain about this. We've done masteries on him, which are Clanboss style. I think his best place by a mile is the Clanboss, by the way. Warmaster setup, accuracy, 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 into Laura's Steel, into the chance to extend his HP burn by even more. But all of that's cool. You could come here, Sniper, to give you a slightly better chance of placing that decreased defense if you're using him for that. Probably the better way to go. And then I've come down, diagonals, into Warmaster, additional healing here, additional damage when someone's got more HP than me. So this is all about a Clanboss build. And if I'm honest, guys, I don't see him played anywhere other than Clanboss. I cannot see a use for him other than Clanboss in the game. However, is he good in Clanboss? Let's get him going. Let's get him going. I'm going to tell you the good stuff and the bad stuff. So we're going to jump into Nightmare Clanboss. This is the team I'm going to run. So I've got a decreased attack. Ultan is built to do damage. So we're going to test out Jotun versus Ultan. So we've got decreased attack. We've got decreased defense in my Jotun. We've got a weaken coming from Longbeard. Grush is going to keep us alive with with his leech, and then we've got counter attack. So I've got ally attack, I've got counter attack, and I've got all of the debuffs to a certain extent. So we actually got a decreased defense off straight out. Slow him down. His A2 does 75k with the build that I've got him there. So that's quite nice. Quite a nice amount of damage. So far, we've only got decreased defense down as well. A1 doing 32k. Let's speed that back up again. We've got weaken out now, so let's see what we're doing here. Weaken is out. A3 doing 170k. That's good. That's good damage. Bearing in mind, he's getting 75k damage out of his HP burn. Every tick it does. So every turn we get a 75k hit. And he's hitting for decent amounts of damage. He's putting a drop defense buff out for you as well, even though it's weak source. Like I said, if that was a big decreased defense, guys, I tell you now, he would be properly in the meta. I think he'd be properly in the Clanboss meta. But that weak version there is just not so great. But there you see 87k on his A2 that time. He's an HP-based champion, so I've not built him with too much defense. Like 2.2k defense is not as high as it could be. Probably if I was building him properly, Clanboss without any damage and stuff, I'd need to put about another 1,000 defense into his build. But good amounts of damage, guys. HP burns on the whole time, as I said. He's keeping himself alive with his hits. Obviously, with the affinity and stuff here, we've not properly got this going. That's fine. There is the 180k on the A3. So A3 consistently hitting hard. And everything about this build looks great. I'm like, he's in the meta. This is a guy that hits hard. I'm going to let this run through to the end so you can see the damage output we do on Nightmare Clanboss. I'll let it run through now. I'll show you the damage. And then we're going to show you the bad news. Okay, guys, so we're coming towards the end of the run here. 21 million in, which is not bad considering, like, Longbeard's still built for the arena with Masteries for the arena. Jotun's still going, even though he's actually got relatively low defense here. He's still going, and he's the last person standing. Oh, he's going one more turn. Obviously, it's the positive affinity, so that's going to make a big difference. But 22 mil overall. What have we done then? So, Longbeard did weak source. He's not set up for this. Skull Crusher, 2.5 mil. Brush, 4.6. Ultan, 6.8. Jotun, 7.3 million. He's out damaging an Ultan. And I'm going to show you both of these builds now, side by side. And you tell me that he's not ready to do damage. Side by side, let's have a look. So Ultan up first. Ultan is high defense, high crit rate, high crit damage. He's built to do damage, guys. He's not like full on crazy, but he is high. That's high damage build. My Jotun is, I'd say, a similar quality of build. But the HP burn just tops up that damage, yeah? So he is a damage dealer. He's going to do well. Just overgoing the build, so people are going to ask me. Obviously, I've gone crit damage. I've gone for a strong team here, strong build. Crit damage with crit rate. We've gone for HP on the chest. We've gone for HP on the boots with speed. This is like this is like an end game style build. Most of you will probably do potentially crit rate here, HP, if you can do it, or you'll end up with speed on your boots. And if you do speed on your boots, you probably won't have the crit on your gloves. You're probably going to end up doing something like HP on your gloves or defense on your gloves. I've gone HP on the ring, crit damage on the amulet, and accuracy on the banner. Again, most of you might have to go defense here. Depends what your gear is like. And probably HP here. And then on the rest of the gear, I've kind of been just stacking up accuracy, speed, crit rate, and HP. So we've gone to push him to do damage. Now, all of that is the good stuff. Let me tell you about the bad stuff. So let's go into the same fight again. Let's assume that you're very fortunate and you've got someone who does a big version decrease defense, like Draco. So, everything looks the same. We get our HP burnout the same. We're getting all our counter attacks off. Nice. Is A1 is still slamming for good damage. So far, so good, guys. Everyone's like, yes, Jotun, he's on my list. He's on my list of people to build. We get the big version of decreased defense down. So we're going to hit harder now. What is the A3 going to do now, guys? Big version decreased defense is out there. Let's see what the A3 does. Coming up now. Okay, he did A3, A1. He did his A1. So maybe I got it wrong. Maybe it's coming up now. He did his A1. So his AI is built to only do his A3 if his A1 is up. And his A1 is a weak decreased defense. So he will not A3 all the time. There is a strong decreased defense on because he's trying to place a weak decreased defense. So he's got all of the muscle, guys, but he's got no brains. They gave him all the brawn, which kind of reflects his character, but he's got a pea brain. And he doesn't know to do his A3. So I'll show you what his A3 actually does. If you were to manual with him and get his A3 off when there's decreased defense on, weakens on, all that stuff, we actually slam in for 210k. But he's not doing the 210s because he's got a P-brain, which dramatically changes his damage output. So, you're talking about every 3 turns, you're losing 150k worth of damage, which is significant. So I've reported it back. It needs to be fixed. He needs to get his brain sorted so that he's viable. But I must say, he is definitely viable for any Clanboss up to Nightmare. If you're running a big version of decreased defense, then you're going to have to flick off the auto now and then and manual and get that A3 out. Or you let him run and you lose 100k damage every 3 turns, which is annoying. So silly little bug, really, because this is what you want him doing. Almost like a Turvold style damage hits as often as you can. He's not doing it. Everything else about his kit I now like. For Clanboss, he's basically not going to be used anywhere in the game other than Clanboss. You might find a use for him in Faction Wars on some of the boss levels. If you built him out for Clanboss, then you're probably going to bring him into your Faction War teams if that's all you've got for Barbarians. But because everything's single target, because there's no other team utility, there's not enough in his kit. There's no turn meter reduction. There's not enough in his kit to warrant him to be in a ton of other content. But for Clanboss, he's good, but he's just dumb. Comment below, guys. Jotun, have I convinced you? Is he someone that you'd actually be interested in? We had a lot of fun playing around with him last night on stream. We'll probably do the same type of stuff again tonight. I've been Hell Hades. I'll catch you later.